Okay, it's midnight in South Africa. So yeah, forgive me for looking so haphazard. Um, The Power of the Dog, spoiler-free review. Um, Look, it is a great movie. You will see great acting, great music. The music was insane. Um, Cinematography, I'll give it a B. Benedict Cumberbatch killed it. Jesse Plemons killed it. Cody Smith McPhee killed it. Kirsten Dunst killed it. You know, yeah. If you like acting, if you like actors, and if you like a slow burn movie, you're gonna like The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog is a very slow burning movie. But it's very rewarding. It's like a gift. It's like an unboxing video played at 0.5x. And if you find unboxing videos satisfying, if you like seeing plots unravel slowly, meticulously, borderline excruciatingly, you will like this film. It's a very well made movie. And I will not go deep into my criticisms on the spoiler free side because I want you to it's better if you experience it for yourself and come to your own conclusions. Now I will get into spoilers. Okay, you've been warned. Three, two, one, boom, spoiler time. I didn't know. I didn't get. This movie flipping confused me at first because I thought it was a western, even though the period was set in the 1920s. And then I realized, okay, it's a pretty relatively modern film. And then I thought it was like an LGBT romance film, dude coming to terms with his sexuality and stuff. And then I was like, okay. And then it turned into a film. Like this is like my experience of this movie can be split into four parts, okay? The beginning where it feels like it's a western, and then I realize, okay, it's not a western. In the second part of the film where it feels like LGBT, kind of like Moonlight. Remember the scene in Moonlight where there's this really effeminate dude and he's mocking the gay young man, right? And it's like I thought the whole movie was that was the point of the movie. Like, okay, we're gonna see a dude be mean to a gay guy. It wasn't confirmed, but then it's gonna complete the idea. It's gonna complete that scene in Moonlight where instead of it just ending with the dude being mean, the dude being mean actually comes to terms with his own sexuality, and then they kiss. The end. So I thought, okay, that's what's up. And then, okay, that plot line was taking a while to unfurl. Then I thought it was a film about Kirsten Dunst. Like during the third, everything I was thinking in the third quarter of the film was like about how Kirsten Dunst kind of became the villain to me instead of Benedict Cumberbatch. Because like in the beginning, Benedict Cumberbatch's character was like an asshole, and I was like, okay, why is he being such a bitch? And then Kirsten Dunst became the bitch because she was a freaking alcoholic. Okay, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, why are these two doing this back and forth bullshit? And they just get along. And then in the last quarter of the film, you know what happens at the end, all right? Super spoiler. If you decide to stick around, despite my spoiler warning, this is now the super spoiler warning, okay? Please leave and go and see the conclusion of the movie yourself. and then and then make your own, you draw your own conclusions. And the conclusion that I drew was disappointment. I have no idea why the film decided to end with Cody putting Benedict's character to death. Like, because that kind of made the film have a point. Like, before that moment, I just thought, wow, I am seeing just a portrait of America in the 1920s, you know? And everything was just random. It was like a painting where the painter just threw all the colors at the board and everything just landed wherever it was gonna land, you know. And that was so realistic. It was like real life. Like, wow, this movie doesn't have a point. Like, in the first 40 minutes of the film, I was like, oh, what's the point of this film? What's the point of the movie? Why am I watching this? Why am I watching this shit? And then at the 41-minute mark, I just accepted it. Wow, okay, this movie doesn't have a point. It's just a portrait. It's like, what's that movie, that Netflix film where the couple, it's not called Why Did I Get Married? It's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That movie didn't have a bloody point. So I thought I was watching another movie that was pointless. So I was like, okay, now I'm free to enjoy this experience, free of the constraints of a plot, of overt intention. I mean, there is still intention. Everything is planned, you know, cinematography and whatnot. But I thought, okay, I'm just seeing a snapshot of America, and then of American life, of Americana, and how women, like, misogyny happens, and how women were treated, and how women deal with stuff, and how men deal with feelings of sexual repression, and how they deal with that. I was like, wow, so good. And then it turns out, like, the film is basically like it's like a murder plot and stuff, and like the whole film, like, this kid was trying to he only got close to Benji curmudgeonly. He only got close to Benedict Cumberbatch's character just to lull him into a false sense of security, and then, you know, kill him with the infected, anthrax infected hides. It was just so bloody stupid. I didn't want the movie to end like that, man. I wanted the movie to. They didn't even have to kiss. Here's how I would have ended this is the direction I would have gone in. I would have wanted. What am I saying? I just wanted, like, maybe some kind of climactic thing happen, like, yeah. When Cody's character brought the hides, did his own hunting, the beast shouldn't have been anthrax. The beast should have just been safe. And then Cody did his own, it was like he was doing his own extracurricular activity by hunting and skinning an animal. And then bring it to benediction. I can't keep coming up with puns for that. And then we see them burning it at the end, right? And then because Benedict brought it to the whole bonfire. I would have just wanted to see them just bring it to that place, and then they stand around while it's burning, but not in like a midsummer kind of way, but kind of like in a Burning Man kind of way. Like, okay, yay, this is like we're burning our way away like, this is the expression of our sexuality. Like, we can't show it to each other or to the omniscient camera and microphone and camera crew, but we can display it like this through this fire burning. This fire will represent our sexuality, you know. And the fact that the mom sold the hides, like, I feel like the hides represent like sexuality or something, right? And even though it's kind of a double entendre. Um, but then because the kid brought his own hides, and then wait, where was I going with this metaphor? The hides represent sexuality, and the mother selling them was kind of like how mothers treated their kids in the olden days, where they weren't allowed to be. They didn't want their boys to grow up being gay and stuff. So then when the sold hides were restored and then burned, it would have been like a reconstruction or something of the destroyed sexuality or repressed. I don't know. I just didn't want it to be a dumbass murder plot, because now that's gonna retroactively color the film. Now I just feel like I was watching a damn murder plot, and the kid wasn't. I felt like it was like a coming of age tale. Hey, my lips are dry as hell. You know, where in the olden days, um, it was basically the past, or let me say the conservative lifestyle or idea of masculinity, and like the progressive idea of masculinity found a way to flourish together. And so to me, Benedict's character and Cody's character becoming close to one another was like a unification of two different extremes of masculinity, right? Instead of them being in parallels or going on different diverging paths. So I thought the film was just about like acceptance. But no, it's just a stupid murder plot. Like the film could have been about so much. And by being about nothing. Had the film just stayed being about nothing, then you can just look at it from all these different lenses. And I'm not saying that you can't still do that, but I personally just feel like the film was let down by the stupid murder plot. And there is legitimately a point in the film where I feel like you can just cut it. I don't know which point, but I feel like you can just cut it at a certain point and and then maybe you put that whole long ass panning shot of the mountain range after wherever you cut it, just to wrap up the film with some kind of image or something. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, those are my thoughts, man. They should have just let the film just be about nothing and therefore be about everything. But now, yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you some other time.